In the daily use of rivet table, how do we make the maintenance? First, we will explain the equipment. When the equipment stops operation, clear the rivet clean. Wipe clean the vibrating tray with cleanser. The rivet in the track can only be taken out with hand or with tweezers, but must not be abstracted with magnet, because the track may produce magnetism in the use of magnet, leading to a failure of loading rivet. When the equipment is moved, the master air tube of the power line must not be dragged, as well as the air tubes above. We shall push the equipment with hand after turning it off. There shall be no water in the air tubes of the master air tube, which means it is fine when the controller is dry. If there is water, it will cause damage to the electromagnetic valve within the equipment, as well as the barometer, and it will lead to problems of no action and abnormality and etc. What is more important is that when water accumulates, water may go into the master air tube of the gun. It normally takes 1 month for the gun oil change, but in the condition that the water is mixed with oil, it will only take 4 to 5 days. 1 week at most. Problems of rivet abruption failure, powerless in rivet pulling, rust on fitting may occur. Next we will explain the gun part. This is a standard gun assembly. There must be certain curves in the loading rivet tube. The upper coil and under coil may not meet in closure when dragged, and leading to rivet flying out and rivet dropping. Because the loading rivet tube will drag back during operation, check whether it gets loose due to failure of being tied up when it is dragged. Whether the drive pipe gets loose. If it gets loose, tie it up. These 2 4 mm small air tubes above. This small air tube needs to be put inside, if it hangs outside. When the stroke loads riveting structure, the stroke will extend. The structure will wear and tear this air tube when loading rivet, and leads to torn air tube and damage. It needs paying attention to. Check whether the small spring of the gun muzzle has pulling force. It will lose pulling force if strained, also leading to rivet dropping and rivet flying out. Check the separation blade of the gun muzzle. Blown rivet will hit this separation blade, and the separation blade is hit for a notch. If the notch is too big, it may hit the rivet and cause rivet jam. The separation blade needs to be replaced at this time. If the gun pops around on 1 rivet every day, it is suggested to clear the gun every 3 days. How to clear the gun? Take down the front tube and front guide tube of the gun. Clean the aluminum chips on the claw. The claw must be cleared clean. Wipe the teeth clean with cleaning cloth. The aluminum chips shall be blown clean with blower gun. Check whether there is rupture in discharge rivet tube. After checking and cleaning, put the gun claw back in the condition of air cutoff. The gun claw is not put on the front shell. Put 2 drops of hydraulic oil when putting the gun claw back on. Drop them on and press evenly with fingers. What is the function for this? After the hydraulic oil drops, the rivet will retreat back quickly and will not be easily jammed. When the gun muzzle shakes heavily up and down, extend the gun muzzle and pinch the gun muzzle to shake. Recheck whether the gun muzzle still shakes heavily. If it still shakes heavily, you need to consider the gun has been used for a long time, for 1 year or 6 to 7 months. Take for example that the upper coil and under coil suffer a lot of wear and tear. Because of such operations of unfolding and closing every day, loss of wear and tear leads to gun muzzle shake, and this is a sliding block. There are hoodles inside the sliding block on the top of sliding track. They have tear and wear, one in the front and the other in the back every day. Tear and wear of hoodles will also cause gun muzzle to shake, because this is the connecting block. When it extends, the entire part of the gun is supported with the sliding track by this sliding block. It needs to be replaced if shake heavily. The sliding track and sliding block need to be replaced if the oil is not enough in the stroke, in the condition of insufficient oil, which means the time when the trigger is pressed but the rivet is not pulled abrupt. The oil must be replaced in time, while and air shall be released after oil replacement, and then recheck all screws on every part of the gun. There are M3, M4, M5 screws. It is fine to turn tight for M3 screw. Check whether it is loose. It is suggested to check every day. Check whether the screw is loose after 2 or 3 days of use. Lock it up if it is loose. It is fine to lock tight 4M screw. The strength shall be proper. Never use too much strength. Because the diameter is quite small, it may break if use too much strength. Then check this position. This is cylinder tripod. When the cylinder extends, unless it is used for a long time, if this pin drops in heat or has other problems, it needs replacement in time. You shall not insert with tools of screw elbow or pop rivet. Why not? Because if you insert in here, the fittings may become deformed when cylinder extends for impact. If the fittings enlarge, the tripod and cylinder hole will become deformed, leading to unstable rivet loading, as well as instability of the entire gun. And when a problem is found not replaced with original fittings, it may cause bigger problems. Therefore, the problems need to be dealt with in time, and the fitting needs to be replaced in time.